You're a junior or senior and you're preparing to take the SAT. And here are some good tips that will help you to succeed. Here are some strategies to help you with the geometry section of the Math SAT. First of all, if no figures provided, draw your own. Second of all, write down any information from the problem on the figure. Third, write down any formulas you need. And fourth, if figure is drawn to scale, you can try estimating answer. And for plugging in, the purpose is to make algebra problems easier to do and harder to make mistakes. Problems where you can plug in are when variables are in the answer. And lastly, always use numbers that make math easier: 2, 5, 10, 100, etc. For the geometry section of the Math SAT, here are some important tips that you need to remember to get the answers right. For example, in a circle, there are 360 degrees. All radii in the circle are equal, and diameter is the longest line inside the circle. For lines, the line measure is 180 degrees, and tangent lines are always perpendicular to the radius. And for transformations, rotations means turning an object around at a point, which is called the center of rotations, and etc. Here are some tips for the writing portion of the SAT. For essays, you have 25 minutes. Spend about the first 3 minutes brainstorming, spend 17 to 20 minutes writing, and spend 2 to 5 minutes writing the conclusion. You're going to have an introduction, body paragraphs, and conclusion. Make sure you state your opinion, reasons, and examples, and state them correctly. For the grammar and improving sentences section of the SAT, this can be a very difficult section. Remember, don't choose an answer based on how the sentence sounds. Compare answer choices to spot errors. Cross off answer choices that have errors, and remember about 20% of all the questions have no error. Don't change the intended meaning of the sentence. Keep it short and simple, and don't eliminate choices without a grammatical reason. Some common tested errors are subject-verb agreement, noun agreement, parallelism, comparisons, pronouns, and modifiers. Here are error IDs where you will be checking underlined portions of sentences for errors. Look for verb agreement problems, pronoun agreement problems, noun agreement, prepositions, phrases or clauses, misplaced modifiers, adjective or adverb agreement, and etc. For improving paragraphs, most questions will be of medium difficulty, so do your best to attempt these first before time is up. Skim the passage, looking for main ideas and points of each paragraph. Read the questions and go back to the passage when necessary. On revision questions, eliminate answer choices with the error. If more than one choice is grammatically correct, pick what fits the context. For combination questions, treat them as if they were a working revision question, and think about how the sentences are related. And for weird questions, stick closely to the passage and make sure ideas flow logically. Next portion of the SAT is reading. For sentence completion, cover answers and choose the answer you would put. Use clues and triggers to help. These questions are in order of difficulty, so the easier questions will be at the beginning. Don't make decisions based on sound. Almost every blank will have a clear clue. You have to know the vocab. And lastly, for 2 blanks, follow the steps for 1 blank at a time. Reading passages are difficult, but spend time reading through the entire passage and understanding it. You will see main idea questions, analogy questions, weaken, undermine, strengthen, support questions, and accept, not least questions. Here are some tips for how to answer those questions. Best way to maximize your score on the SAT is to study, take practice tests, and prepare months in advance.